Welcome to today's breakdown of the source material. We are unpacking something absolutely massive today. It's a highly detailed blueprint for a 60-second sci-fi documentary. Now, this isn't just your standard story outline. It's an incredibly precise, cinematic formula. It's literally designed to take you on a roller coaster, from awe-inspiring wonder straight into catastrophic climate collapse and then landing on the desperate struggle for human survival. Let's dive right in and see exactly how this cinematic masterpiece is put together.
Okay, so just picture this. Earth is floating peacefully out there in deep space, but suddenly, two massive suns rise over the horizon. No way, right? The blueprint demands a premium, high-end aesthetic right out of the gate. You're immediately hit with glowing cosmic clouds, rotating holographic world maps, and these intricate digital HUD graphics overlaying the screen while satellites orbit in the background. It's completely designed to hook you instantly. It signals right away that you're in for a high-end, futuristic science documentary experience. And then, a deep, dramatic male voiceover kicks in, dropping this massive, foundational question. It just pulls you right into this wild, speculative reality.
Now, what's so brilliant about this setup is how all that profound beauty actually sets a psychological trap for us, the audience. The scene shifts from the coldness of deep space right down to the surface of a bustling futuristic city. I want you to visualize massive skyscrapers, flying vehicles zipping around, and bright holographic billboards. And everything, the glass, the metal, is just bathed in this vivid, incredibly colorful orange and blue sunlight. The people down in the city? They're stopped dead in their tracks, just staring upward in total shock at this double sunrise. And that exact voiceover line, it creates this sweeping sense of utopian wonder. It totally lulls you into a false sense of security, you know? You're busy marveling at these breathtaking visuals right before the inevitable drop.
But guess what? That utopian wonder is a total setup. The narrative sharply pivots. We go from breathtaking beauty straight into a genuinely terrifying digital reality. The camera aggressively pulls back, running this futuristic holographic analysis of Earth's climate, and what we see is alarming. Temperatures are rising violently across all the continents, and, crucially, the oceans are literally glowing red. You've got AI data visuals and digital graphs swarming the planet like a virus. As the voiceover cuts back in, warning us that temperatures are rising dangerously fast, it brilliantly illustrates how a beautiful anomaly can transform instantly into a relentless global crisis.
And the collapse? It is immediate and incredibly visceral. We're talking about giant oceans just boiling away under the relentless heat of those dual suns. That's followed instantly by unstoppable forest fires erupting across entire continents. Then whatever is left of the ice glaciers melts violently into the sea, which triggers massive, unprecedented superstorms that basically swallow the planet whole. The goal here is to make you feel physically overwhelmed by the sheer scale of it. By utilizing these dramatic aerial shots and epic cinematic destruction visuals, the sequence delivers an absolute masterclass in disaster pacing. It makes the escalation feel terrifyingly real, like you're watching it happen in real time.
So, with nature entirely broken, the focus snaps to the micro level. It snaps to us. The planet is lost. That's just an accepted fact at this point. So now, this is strictly a raw, desperate story of human survival against an environment that wants us gone. This specific line we're highlighting, it has to be delivered with immense tension and gravity. The narrative completely shifts its emotional weight here. It's no longer a superhero story about saving the world. It's about figuring out how humanity can just cling to existence in the ruins. To really sell this survival aspect, every single technological detail matters. We are plunged deep into advanced underground cities, completely sealed off from the dying surface and protected by these giant energy shields. You've got AI robot assistants and massive futuristic cooling systems constantly fighting that dual sun heat from above. But honestly, the absolute most striking element here is the stark color contrast. Just think about it. Up above, the world is literally burning under intense, chaotic orange and red sunlight. But below ground, humanity's last stand is lit by this stark, sterile, glowing blue of holographic tech. It's such a brilliant way to visually separate the chaotic death of nature from the highly calculated, desperate survival of humanity. Now, none of this emotional impact happens by accident, right? The entire vision relies on a highly synthesized blend of realistic physics, dramatic shadows, volumetric clouds, and crisp 4K visuals. But I want to point out that 24 frames per second requirement. Why does 24 frames per second matter to you as a viewer? Well, it's actually the subconscious trigger for Hollywood cinema. By demanding this specific frame rate right alongside that traditional fast-paced trailer editing, it tricks your brain into realizing that this isn't just a standard informational video. No, it's a blockbuster event. Every single one of these 60 seconds is engineered from the ground up to maximize psychological and atmospheric impact.
And to glue this entire vision together, the sensory design has to be incredibly dense. Visually, you are bombarded with cinematic motion blur, intense lens flares, and digital particles overlaying highly detailed smoke and fire. But honestly, that visual feast is really only half the battle. The audio requirements are deliberately heavy. You need this deep, dramatic documentary voice cutting right through an epic, booming background score. When a forest burns or a massive glacier collapses, you don't just see it. You are meant to feel that deep bass impact right in your chest, layered with all this emotional sci-fi ambience. It is a complete 360-degree sensory experience that just fully immerses you in the disaster.
Finally, the emotional music swells for this totally breathtaking ending. The camera pulls off this dramatic, sweeping pullback shot. It reveals Earth, illuminated by these two massive suns, just floating there in the cold, dark void of space, completely surrounded by glowing stars and digital cosmic effects. And the voiceover leaves us right here with this haunting question. What I love is that it purposefully doesn't offer an answer. There's no neat little happy ending tied with a bow. Instead, it relies on all that overwhelming evidence presented over the last 50 seconds to just leave you captivated in the dark. It really makes you wonder, when faced with absolute planetary collapse, just how far could human technology actually take us?